All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube. Give me another but Black Power and Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to the redemption of black men, to the redemption of definitive black manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview just by clicking the link over there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers sit down once a week discussing very important, very vital, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, get a preview, and become a brother, become a member today. That's right. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save, save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. This is an amazing, amazing catalog of information that goes across the spectrum of Black history, spirituality, politics, and education. Get over there, family. Become a member. There's not another website nowhere on the planet. So you should become a member today. That's right. And everybody knows that he popping on Patreon. Popping his page on Patreon by far. We put up 3 hard body presentations yesterday. You should click the link at the top of the chat immediately. Get over there, get that work. Coming up, we got the Egypt, the Kemet jump off, the power of the old kingdom. Kemet is the GOAT of civilizations, period. Mind blowing, pyramid age. We dealing with the occult, the mystery systems, and now we're gonna be side by side with the Kemetic studies, and so it's gonna be a hell of a time over here with the General. So get ready to get you about 5, 6 notebooks, get you some pens, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride with the General. So get on over there and get this, family. This will be going down tomorrow. Be in the house. And to all the family out there, donate to the General. I thank you. I appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. All right, family, here we go. Let me get this one on. They talking about they didn't put a hit out on Donald Trump over there in Iran. Say they didn't drop 40 mils on Trump. Yeah, we gonna see how much they willing to go, and we gonna see who gonna collect. You know, I ain't saying it, you know what I'm saying? I want to see which motherfucker got the balls and shit to try. You see what I'm saying? Because the response to that is gonna be so goddamn devastating. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real talk. I mean, you got to tell a motherfucker up front what the fucking response to that gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck around and get a nuclear bomb dropped on your ass. You see what I'm saying? You gonna fuck around and get a nuclear bomb dropped on you. Real talk. I mean, just imagine, and because that's what Russia said. If you attack Putin, that's what they said. Motherfucker, we is striking your ass. Okay, that's what they didn't issue. Imagine if you attack Xi Jinping. man, they're gonna bomb the shit out you. You see, they ain't gonna hold back on you. So when you talking about you know, and yeah, you didn't had your top generals and shit, and you know a lot of cabinet members over there they've been assassinated, and I'm quite sure you feeling real. You know, you're hurt. You know what I'm saying? You're weakened, and I know you might, you might want to get some get back. Yeah, you might want to get some get back. But I tell you what, yeah, yeah. You say no, they ain't say billion. Now you put 40 billion on the motherfucker. And shit, yeah, 40 billion. Somebody in motherfucking administration gonna try to get that paper. Yeah, shit. Shit, the 40 mil, look here. Yeah. It ain't gonna be worth it though. It ain't gonna be worth it. Cause they know what the response is gonna be for an attack like that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bomb wherever it is. They gonna bomb that shit ruthlessly. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bomb that shit ruthlessly. And so I wouldn't I wouldn't advise that. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't. You got to do that another way. You know what I'm saying? But trying to assassinate a United States president is not going to be a good look. It just ain't. And don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Man, man, you always, you standing up. No, motherfucker, I'm trying to keep your ass from going extinct. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep you from going extinct because that's what's going to happen to your ass. Y'all motherfuckers going to go extinct over there. You understand? You ain't gonna be able to put a seed down in the ground over in that motherfucker probably for 1,000 years. You see what I'm saying? The motherfucking soil over there it's gonna be contaminated. You understand? For 1,000 years, they're gonna drop so many nukes on y'all motherfuckers. So, that's some talk. They always talk that talk. They talk the shit and motherfuckers went over there, they ain't do shit. I mean, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Quit talking, And that's the one thing about them damn Arabs. They always talking some shit, knowing good and goddamn well they can't back it up. They can't back it up. Every time they go over there in any escalated way, they kick off in their ass. Real talk. They kick off in their ass. They went, motherfuckers talking about, Afghanistan had never been conquered. Man, they stayed over in Afghanistan for 20 fucking years. The fuck is y'all talking about, man? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You just because you hate a motherfucker don't mean that they not equipped. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know what a motherfucker got so you can then deal with reality. Not saying you can't, but deal with reality so you can figure out a way to victory. Because if you're gonna create this narrative in your mind that they can't when they can, you is in a world of hurt. And you're gonna put a whole lot of other motherfuckers in the world of hurt right along with your ass. This bombing shit been going on for a long time. It ain't like they've been bombing 2 years and 3. Man, they've been bombing now damn near over 100 motherfucking years. They've been bombing since goddamn World War One. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about 100 motherfucking years of bombing. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to shit like that, they know what they doing. They done tore up a lot of shit on this motherfucking planet. So any motherfucker believe that, that they just gonna, just by not supporting the motherfucker that you can beat them by, not acknowledging the strength of the motherfucker. That ain't how you become victorious. You acknowledge what the capabilities is, and then you strategize around that. But you don't negate the ability to attack. You know what I'm saying? And bring harm to your motherfucking peoples and shit. You got to acknowledge that. You feel what I'm saying? And so them motherfuckers over there ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. I know they would want to do that. But man, they would make an example out of Iran. That'd be ugly. You know what I'm saying? That would be ugly than a motherfucker what they would do to them. And motherfuckers would be sitting them. I tell you what, get you a motherfucking ticket and go over there then. You see what I'm saying? Get you a motherfucking ticket and take your ass over there when this shit get ready to go down. If you believe so, man, that motherfucking country will be over with, man. They do some shit like that. You know? They do, and the crazy shit about it, that's what Russia said. If motherfuckers attack Putin, that's what they would do. You understand? So most of the, and see, the thing is, people act like the shit that I'm saying is like, I mean, you attack any major fucking country in the world today like that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with Xi Jinping over there in China and see what they do to just assassinate him. Go right on. No, I ain't telling you to do it now. I ain't saying like I want to just assassinate him and see what China do to your ass. They're going to bomb the fuck out of you, man. They're going to tear your motherfucking head off. So any one of these top 5 nations, 6, 7, and you fuck with their president, you feel what I'm saying? Man, please, your ass is history. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they talking out the side because they done been embarrassed. They was running off at their mouth, and they went over there and knocked off about 15 motherfuckers. Top motherfuckers in their cabinet, they generals and shit, knocked them off. And the crazy shit about it, while they sitting over here talking that shit, they was already in their country. They been sitting up there in their country, living inside of the country, deep with all type of technology and shit. That's how they knew where everybody was. So they over there right now. They already know where the head man at. They say, we know where you at. We done already knocked off 15 of your top guys. So we know where you at. They got Iranian motherfuckers that's giving them information. That's crazy, and people not even talk about that. They got Iranians that's giving them the information that show you that they ain't, motherfuckers talking this shit. They divided over there. The people don't even want the regime in there. So they got motherfuckers that'll tell, oh, he over there and shit, this, that, and the third. So they ready to get their ass up out of there any goddamn way. So when you got the people against, they've been over there oppressing the people until where they want them out of there, and they willing to work with their own enemies to get them out of there. They saying but that's what they say, but they gonna want to put a puppet in there. You feel what I'm saying? But they say they want the people to vote and shit and this, that, and the third. But they're going to make a way where they put a motherfucker in there that's going to be pro-Western. You see what I'm saying? That's really what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers in, it's other country. You got the BRICS coming in there, and they trying to, move the West out of the way. And some of them from the West. You know what I'm saying? But it's no, I don't think none of them from the West. You got India, China, Russia, and shit, and this, that, and the third. And so, yeah, and they not having it. They not having it. They not gonna let them stop them from getting up and that's power, man. That's just power. When motherfuckers know how the world is operated, somebody gonna be on top. And most of the time, a motherfucker on top, they gonna bully motherfuckers regardless to maybe they ain't gonna do it this way, but they gonna do it another way. But that's how it go. I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers say. I ain't never seen one motherfucker on top and they didn't bully motherfuckers up under them. That's just how that go. You feel me? Some motherfuckers are more harsh than others, but they gonna bully. Period. That's just how that go. And so this when you watch in any age, it's gonna be that that tussle for who gonna be the head and chief country on the planet. That's been in every era, and it's come down to controlling certain areas in the world, and that Persian Gulf is just one of them areas. That's where that oil is coming out of there. It's a substantial amount of oil coming out of there. And the United States have been in control of it primarily for the most part since those countries was created over there. And yes, they was created by the West. Yes, they was. Iran was too, even though Iran overthrew the puppet government, and so Iran feels like it's the leader in Islam because the rest of the other nations were created by puppets, including Saudi Arabia, even Iraq was created, but I believe they eventually overthrew the puppet government. You feel what I'm saying? And but Iran feel that they're the heads of Islam. They the Shia, and then you got the Sunni over there in Saudi Arabia. They the head of the Sunni, and then you got Iran, head of the Shia. But it is what it is. They're not about to let Russia and China control that Persian Gulf. They're just not gonna do it. So you might as well, that's the same shit with China talking about Taiwan. They know what the significance of that is. Taiwan is effectively, building all the goddamn chips and shit. Whatever they call them, super chips and shit, and all of that for the world and the United States. And so yeah, they got they got motherfucking enemy in their backyard. They know how substantial that is to have somebody right there in their backyard and shit, and is a threat to them. And so eventually they're gonna end up I don't know, man. That's gonna be a hell of a war. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a hell of a war when they get ready to go over there to Taiwan. You talking about a war? That's gonna be a hell of a war, man. That's gonna be a hell of a war. If it ever happens, man, that shit it's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be World War III for real. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if they don't shoot no nukes or nothing. The damage and the destruction that gonna come out of that, man, that whole fucking area over there. You know what I'm saying? Japan, Korea, all of that shit gonna get hit. Everything, China, all that shit gonna get hit. Everything, but they saying that more than likely it's just gonna be on the water. That this is, they got almost an understanding that ain't gonna be attacking the mainland because that's gonna have nukes go in the air. So if they do get into it, that more than likely is just gonna be on the water. It's gonna be on Taiwan and shit. That's really basically that they ain't gonna take that shit to the mainland China, because if they do, it's gonna be a nuclear war. You see what I'm saying? So, but even if it don't, it's gonna be so devastating over there, man. A whole lot of shit gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? Guam, probably Japan. And if they hit Japan, I don't even think they're gonna hit Japan, because if they hit any of that shit, it's gonna be a nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go straight to nukes. So but that's really what's going on over there in the Persian Gulf. Well, Russia tried to go to Cuba, and they did go to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? But they sent them goddamn nuclear submarines out there on their ass too, and told them to get the fuck back across that ocean, and that's what the fuck they did. And they didn't come back neither, because they sent a message that y'all ain't gonna come across this motherfucker again. So you might as well go on. Yeah, we're gonna let you think you doing something. You try this shit again, and we're gonna show your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's getting serious out there. Iranian group supposedly raises 40 million to assassinate Trump. I mean, you just running off at you just running off at your mouth. You ain't about to do a motherfucking thing, because if you assassinate the man, you know what I'm saying, the fucking destruction that's gonna come from that, man, is gonna be unbearable for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be unbearable. More than likely, it'd probably be the second time in human history where a nuclear bomb would be dropped. And don't nobody want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I would want to see at all. That'd be too devastating of destruction to see some shit like that. You talking about, damn near almost, what was it? You talking about damn near 70 years ago, 80 years ago, when they dropped the nuclear bomb on Japan. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that it did to them. Even then, if they would motherfucking drop a goddamn nuclear bomb today as destructive as these goddamn bombs, They saying, man, that they could wipe out a population of 1 million people, man, and you know, today. So, you know, imagine you drop a motherfucking bomb, 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? And when that's immediate destruction. But you know, it could be up to like 20, 30 million people affected by some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So again, when you got that type of destructive power, you know, a motherfucker talking about like, man, you running off at your mouth. Go somewhere and sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying, you know, is ways to be victorious. Some motherfuckers out here getting it the money way. They building their nations up, you know what I'm saying? Building the infrastructures up, staying out of the way, building their military up, staying out of the way. You don't even hear about them. They just quietly building their shit up, staying out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fuck you gotta do. To where when you do, when a motherfucker do wanna fucking you been quietly building up. And when they realize what you got, you know what I'm saying? They gonna know that, you know, they ain't got enough to step to you. So you have to stay out of the way and build your shit up. You know what I'm saying? And to where a motherfucker really ain't gonna want to fuck with you because it's gonna be too devastating for them to fuck with you. You know, it's too late. If you was gonna fuck with me, you should have did it a long time ago. But now I'm tight. You feel me? I'm tight. I got all I need. You want to bring your ass over here if you want to, and you gonna lose. It's gonna be too much to lose for you to want to come this way. And that's what I tell you when I tell you these things. You feel me? But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all coming out. We be black tomorrow. Is two, you know, my way, and we'll get together earlier tomorrow, and we'll get that fire going. Appreciate y'all, man. Get on over there to Patreon. We're gonna get busy. I got 3 up there right now. I got the Sun Wukong jump off over there, the African avatars, and we did the one on the vampires, you know, the eating of the brain. And this is real talk. The harvesting of the organs and brains and shit that been going on. You know, is this, you know, been prophesized through the Vampire Chronicles? Is this what they've been doing? You know, you thinking it's a goddamn fairy tale, and a lot of the truth is in these tales. You think it's a fucking game, but it's real. I want you to wake up. I want you to get over there and get that fire is waiting on you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.